Blessings and good evening. Once again, we come together to practice as we're doing every evening during the Rains Retreat. Having been practicing together for a month and a half already, you may have noticed some changes already in our level of mindfulness. In small ways, we might have noticed that there's been some changes taking place. Maybe we're getting upset less at things we would normally get upset by. Maybe we're catching ourselves before we do something unwholesome or frivolous. So already we can see the results of cultivating mindfulness, both on our meditation cushion, but also in our lives as well. Another aspect of Buddhist practice which is essential is the practice of the precepts as well. Many Buddhists who have been brought up with these concepts of 5 precepts or Panchasila for the lay people, 8 precepts for those living in the monastery, and the 10 and 227 precepts for novice monks and full monks. Precepts are something we can't overlook. It's integral to a stable and peaceful mind. Precepts allow us to have a mind free from regret, remorse, and also have a wholesome sense of pride in that we haven't done anything that has harmed or hurt anyone in any way, both others and to ourselves. You might find in your meditation, after maybe a busy day, where we've possibly lost our mindfulness in different periods of the day, where it comes up strongly in our meditation is often where we've had a lapse of mindfulness around the precepts. Say at work we told an untruth or a lie, or maybe there's been you intentionally harmed an insect or a bug because you wanted to get rid of it. There's many different areas where we can lose our mindfulness in the precepts. But when we understand that a level of moral integrity, ethics is essential to a peaceful mind, we're willing to look into this area of our practice and how we can improve. We look into where is it and why is it that one has lapses of mindfulness around any given precept. And we try and establish a determination to keep that precept more firmly in our hearts. Maybe at home or on your own, it's very easy to do. But when you're challenged in a environment which is testing to you, maybe the habit to say a lie or say harsh speech in some way comes up. So we need to be extra vigilant at those times. It's like we're guarding the precepts, but we're guarding our minds at the same time. Because we know the value that the precepts bring to our minds. The more we have our precepts as guardians of our body, speech, then our mental activities then come within the precepts. We might find that our negative thoughts then subside because we're keeping external precepts. When one no longer indulges in harsh speech, then the thinking in harsh ways, harmful ways, will inevitably lessen as we abandon the external forms, the external karma of those forms of breaking precepts. Then internally we work on giving up the negative thoughts, negative intentions. So precepts in a way is working from the outside inwards, giving us a good foundation and basis for our meditation practice. As is said in the chanting, if you look after the precepts will look after you. Meaning, when we take care and are cautious with our precepts, then that creates a protection of our mind. And that protection of the mind is truly looking after oneself. Then, with the precepts, we no longer fall into unwholesome ways. And with unwholesome ways is usually unwholesome company as well. So we stay away from unwholesome company, unwholesome situations, and we gravitate towards more wholesome company. So this also, in a way, is how the precepts can protect us as we look after them. But this relies on our good efforts, seeing the importance of doing this. After many years of keeping precepts, one has a buoyancy of mind, a sense of inner contentment and joy. One's precepts become firm and established. It becomes part of one's character to keep the 5 precepts. But this comes through our own efforts of seeing the harm which can come from acting in unwholesome ways which breach those precepts. So when we manage our external behaviours, we can then come inwards to start managing our mind, our thoughts, feelings, emotions. And this is when we come to the meditation cushion, we aim to abandon the unwholesome and cultivate the wholesome. So we bring up our meditation object. We establish mindfulness as best we can on the object. Try and let go of any distracted thinking that can arise and drag us away from the wholesome topic. If your mind is finding hard to settle, then maybe you can recollect on your precepts and rejoice in the fact that you kept your precepts. Sila anusati, recollecting the precepts. I didn't kill anything today. I didn't steal anything today. Only for the lay people, only had one partner. I didn't commit adultery. Or I didn't lie. I didn't swear. I didn't backstab today. I didn't drink or take drugs today. It's a wonderful thing. So you can recollect on your good karma that you created today by keeping the precepts. Say this is the mind of the angel, it's the mind that keeps the precepts. Because your mind also becomes very angelic when one keeps precepts. People feel like they can trust you because you're holding those precepts. They know that you won't harm them in any way. So a sense of fearlessness can be a gift to the world. So the knock-on effect of the keeping the precepts is much. So it's something we can dwell on in our meditation practice, the goodness that arises from keeping precepts. So for the next period of time, we can practice meditation together until the sound of the bell.